About 1 in 10 Americans has diabetes, and about half of them don't even know it. The chronic condition can lead to serious health problems in just about every part of the body.
And tonight's Weight Loss Wednesday, medical reporter Mike Ferris has some simple rules for prevention when it comes to what you put on your plate.
When it comes to cases of type 2 diabetes, Louisiana and Mississippi lead the pack, tied for second place. And a new global study published in Nature Medicine finds the problem could be what's on and not on our plates.
This new study showed that 70% of the risk for developing type 2 diabetes worldwide was attributable to eating a suboptimal diet.
So in the last 40 years in the U.S., the diabetes risk from diet climbed from 30% to 70%. Type 2 diabetes increased 5-fold and obesity increased 7-fold. Okay, so diabetes and obesity go hand in hand and are on the rise from food choices. So we asked our experts, Dr. Melinda Southern of LSU Health and Dr. Jake May of Pennington Biomedical, to break down the study jargon and explain the best and worst food choices.
The carbohydrate foods, the refined grains, the sugars, the sugar-sweetened beverages, those are primary contributing factors to diabetes risk.
Most individuals across the globe were eating too many refined wheat, flour, bread, pasta, packaged foods. Most of the individuals across the globe are not eating enough whole grains that are associated with lower diabetic risk.
Does it make a difference if it's brown rice or green pasta or anything like that?
The difference between white rice or brown rice, that refined grain, versus the whole grains, that's still up for debate. I would say it's always a good word of caution to focus on the whole grain products. But as I mentioned earlier, this is looking at a very crude snapshot of the world. So you can certainly have populations that consume a large amount of refined grain products.
So food choices that show a relationship to a higher risk of diabetes are: 1, eating the refined or processed carbs, and 2, not eating enough of the whole grains. Now remember, white potatoes fit into that category of simple carbs.
In a lot of the European countries, excess intake of potatoes, which they have nutrient values, but they're so high glycemic.
Now let's look at the number 3 food choice associated with the diabetes risk. That's eating too much processed meat. That's those deli packaged meats, hot dogs, and sausage.
And it's clear in the scientific literature that this is not healthy for you, and all of the agricultural recommendations across all the countries, they say this. They say don't eat processed meats.
So let's look at what's good to put on your plate to help prevent weight gain and diabetes. Some call these the complex carbs or the good carbs. Fruits and vegetables have fiber, so that keeps you fuller, and they are associated with a lower risk for diabetes.
Low glycemic carbohydrate diets are effective at delaying insulin dependence if you're pre-diabetic, and obviously, they have numerous metabolic health benefits, cholesterol lowering, blood pressure, everything.
There's also phytonutrients, which I'm a big fan of, which are those phytochemicals that are in brightly colored plant products like your fruits and your vegetables that have independent positive health effects.
And that helps lower all the bad inflammation. And keep in mind, fruit juice, often loaded with added sugars and without all the fiber, is not a substitute for the whole food. For Weight Loss Wednesday, I'm Meg Ferris.